Sowore slams northern Nigerian governors as ignorant, idiotic for closing schools during Ramadan fasting. Well, those words seems to be disrespectful and heavy. These are governors, and in my opinion, I think they should be respected. If not their person, then at least the offices they occupy. So Showore should have been more decent in his use of language. Human rights activist and former presidential candidate Omoyele Showore has lambasted northern governors for shutting down schools in Bauchi, Katsina, Kano, and Kebbi states for the Ramadan period, describing the decision as ignorant and idiotic. Sowore, in a recent interview, questioned why Nigeria, a secular state, would allow religious considerations to interfere with academic activities. He pointed out that even in Saudi Arabia, where Muslims flock for the lesser Hajj, schools remain open during Ramadan. Saudi Arabia, where everybody is headed for lesser Hajj, did they close down their schools? You see, those are ignorant Muslims. Basically, let me put it straight. They are idiots, Sowore declared. He added that under his leadership, no state government will be allowed to impose religious considerations on governors. When I become president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the states will have no business with religion. I can't be president and you come and close down schools because of fasting. It takes me back to outrage again that has become normalized. Like you said, religion is sensitive, he said. While extending Ramadan greetings to Muslims, Sowore criticized the decision to shut down schools, including Quranic learning centers, questioning how students would study the Quran if schools were closed. It is outrageous that nobody will close down schools where knowledge is supposed to be transmitted and transferred, including to Muslims, because some of the schools that are also going to be closed are Quranic centers. So how do they learn the Quran if the schools are closed down because of fasting, he asked. But it speaks to the depth of ignorance that has become the state policy in Nigeria. The leaders are ignoramuses. Basically, let me just put it straight. They are idiots. He pointed out that Saudi Arabia cannot afford to close down their schools because they need them to produce the next generation of Quranic leaders. He emphasized that religion is a global issue, not confined to northern Nigeria. He said that is why Karl Marx said that religion is the opium of the masses. The moment they sniff it, they lose their minds. And the more we separate the state religion, the better. If you want to close down anybody, close down the government house so that you can stop the corruption. We can invest in it in sending children to school. The schools instead should provide food so that when the children are about to leave, they break their fast. Bring them back early in the morning to break their fast and continue their education. Do you know that scientifically that when people are fasting, their minds are clearer and they are purer scientifically? This is not even spirituality. If you fast, you are a better person than the person who is not fasting. Your brain works because the distribution of nutrients goes to where it should be. But when you eat too much, you are just bogged down by hubris, when fasting is actually a better time to learn. Noting that religious leaders don't want to hear the truth. He said they can even ask that they should do a fatwa on me for saying that they should not close down schools. They have weaponized religion in Nigeria. Ebuka Obi of Zion Prayer Movement Outreach has been caught. This is not the first time he would be caught. They will tell you that they have a powerful God and you should worship the God and there is nothing he cannot do. But then they will go and use the police to fight their physical enemies. You are saying God is powerful, but you can't even rely on God. You still go to the godless police to detain people. Ebuka Obi has detained Ijele now for close to a year because Ijele said he performs fake miracles. The policeman he was using was caught in another crime and has been fired from the police. That is enough to even dismiss the case. Ijele is at Ikoyi prison with a kidney problem. Continuing, he said, I know all these religious people are fake. All of us know it. I grew up in a village that has 8 churches, and the people that healed the church people were the herbalists. Sowore described herbalists in his community as the people who understand herbs and use them to help people, adding that he has never seen a church that made a cripple to walk. He said, so forget about all these big churches lying to you. Like I said, I know again, the Muslims and the Christians will come after me. The reason why religion is thriving in our society is because government does not exist. Otherwise, if you have great governance today in this country, your prayer points will change. Go and ask those who traveled abroad. Some of them cannot even remember the churches they attended in Nigeria because you can't go and buy anointing oil to pour on transformer abroad because you don't even know where the transformer that powers your house is located. It is buried underground. The first time that man started living long was when we brought sanitation into our lives, not religion. As you can see, religion has killed more people in this country than has saved people. He noted that God has created everything man needs. He said most of the people who are pastors today are people who couldn't make it in real life. They went to school, they failed, or some who don't want to do serious work. Like the dunamis man, Paul Enenche, I told him before, I said your church, if it was a hospital, you know you would be saving more people. He got upset. He doesn't want to hear my name. I said, let us convert this to a hospital for 1 year. You will see how many people you will save. But you are here using the place as collection point for victims of your false doctrine. Sowore's comments come amid growing backlash over the controversial decision by some northern governors to close down school during Ramadan fasting, which has sparked a heated debate between the Muslim rights concern MURIC and the Christian Association of Nigeria. Earlier, MURIC had slammed Khan for opposing the policy, accusing the Christian body of hypocrisy and interference in Muslim affairs. MURIC's executive director, Professor Ishaq Akintola, dismissed Khan's objections, insisting that the move was in the best interest of Muslim students and aligned with the religious realities of the region. Ramadan is a purely Islamic obligation and has nothing to do with any other faith. Khan should stay out of it, MURIC said in a statement. However, Khan President Archbishop Daniel Okoh condemned the school closures, arguing that they discriminate against Christian students and disrupt academic activities. He further hinted at possible legal action if the policy was not reversed, emphasizing that education is a fundamental right that should not be compromised for religious reasons. Meanwhile, a Sahara Reporters review of data from the National Bureau of Statistics excuse me, shows that the 4 states enforcing school closures already have some of the highest rates of out-of-school children in Nigeria. This Sowore's comments is truly loaded. So many things are packed in here. For me, I think this is an expose on religion in Nigeria. Nigeria ought to be a secular state, but the adherents of these different religions are fusing politics into them. Like Sowore is trying to explain here, why we the Muslims force people to fast and closing schools? And why will it be the business of the Christian Association of Nigeria to object when visually all Christian holidays there are closures of schools too? And like he said, like quoting Karl Marx, religion is really the opium of the masses. But religion is a sensitive issue in Nigeria that many will kick against it. What is your take on all this? Is Sowore right in his assertion